Caitlin Clark's golf debut just made me so upset with the WNBA. Did you see what Caitlin Clark just did? She didn't just swing a golf club, she swung the entire sports world. The LPGA's brilliant move to feature Clark has everyone talking, and it's not about basketball. Now you're probably wondering, wait, what does golf have to do with the WNBA? Buckle up, because we're about to show you how one smart play by the LPGA just schooled the WNBA in Marketing 101. And trust me, you won't believe what the WNBA missed out on. It is no fault of hers that I got upset. It is the fault of the WNBA because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day. Here's the deal. The LPGA invited Caitlin to a Pro-Am event. At first, this wasn't even going to be on TV. Can you believe it? But then something crazy happened. Fans started blowing up the LPGA's social media. They were begging to see Caitlin play golf. It was like nothing the LPGA had seen before. Originally, it wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, "How can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event?" So, what did the LPGA do? They listened. Instead of shrugging off the buzz, they put the event on television, making it accessible for fans eager to watch Caitlin Clark's golf debut. The LPGA event expanded its Pro-Am coverage around Caitlin Clark's participation. Golf channels like Golf Today began 90 minutes early and included live look-ins. It has also been said that you will get to see Caitlin Clark's warm-up. But they didn't stop there. They paired Caitlin with Nelly Korda, the world's top golfer. Talk about a power duo. This move highlighted Caitlin's popularity while drawing attention to Nelly and the LPGA. There are photos of Caitlin and Nelly literally everywhere. The LPGA was so smart in doing this because they knew there would be so many eyeballs on Caitlin. Putting their number one golfer, who is currently leading the sport, next to Caitlin for the entire event was great. It was great for Nelly and great for everyone else. Now let's talk about how smart this move was. The LPGA didn't just showcase Caitlin. They put her right next to their biggest star. It's like they said, hey, you like basketball? Check out how cool golf can be too. And you know what? It worked. The LPGA's social media was on fire. They were posting photos and videos of Caitlin left and right. You couldn't scroll through Twitter without seeing her face. She was trending, and it wasn't even basketball season. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, and the LPGA was promoting the event aggressively. But here's where it gets really interesting. This wasn't just about Caitlin. The LPGA used her star power to shine a light on their own players. Suddenly, people who might never have watched golf were tuning in. They came for Caitlin, but they stayed for the amazing golf they saw. And the golf pros loved it. Brittany Lincecum, a big name in golf, couldn't stop praising Caitlin. She said what she has done for women's sports and basketball, and to have her at their golf tournament was incredible. She mentioned having a basketball for Caitlin to sign for her daughters and how her presence at the event would help grow women's golf. That's huge coming from a pro golfer. This smart move put both Caitlin and Nelly in the spotlight, bringing new eyes to women's golf. It wasn't just a win for Caitlin or the LPGA. It was a win for women's sports as a whole. Now you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with the WNBA? The LPGA showed how to harness star power and took a risk that paid off. Unlike the WNBA, there was no backlash about favoritism or diversity, just smart marketing that worked. From this event, I have only seen and heard positive things. I didn't hear one thing about how her fans are toxic. I didn't hear one thing about there being too much spotlight on Caitlin Clark and that it should have maybe been on the professional golfers that were there. We didn't hear any of that. And those are the types of things we have been hearing for the entirety of the WNBA season. While Caitlin Clark was making waves in a whole new sport, guess who was nowhere to be seen? That's right, the WNBA. Their silence was deafening. It's got everyone asking, what were they thinking? You'd think the WNBA would be all over this, right? Caitlin Clark, their future superstar, was getting attention left and right, but here's the kicker. The WNBA didn't post a single thing about Caitlin's golf debut. Not one tweet, not one Instagram post, not even a simple, good luck, Caitlin. It's like they completely forgot she existed. While the LPGA was shouting Caitlin's name from the rooftops, the WNBA was acting like she'd vanished into thin air. It was happening, and everyone was talking about it, except the WNBA. If you looked at the LPGA Twitter account, it was filled with Caitlin Clark content. Photos of her, videos of fans cheering her, signing autographs, taking photos, players hanging out with her, and, of course, showcasing their golfers as well. You might be thinking maybe they just missed it, but how could they? Caitlin was trending on social media. Her face was everywhere. The LPGA was posting nonstop. It was impossible to miss unless you were living under a rock. And last time I checked, the WNBA wasn't in the rock-dwelling business. This was the perfect opportunity for the WNBA to join in, perhaps with a fun comment or acknowledgement, but they said nothing. Remember all those fans who were begging to see Caitlin play golf? Those are potential WNBA fans. People who might never have watched a basketball game were suddenly interested in a basketball player. That's marketing gold right there. And the WNBA let it slip through their fingers. This silence isn't just a missed marketing opportunity, it's a sign of a bigger problem. It's like the WNBA doesn't know what to do with a star like Caitlin Clark. If you haven't liked my video yet, then please like it and subscribe to the channel. Got this incredible talent with crossover appeal, and they're just ignoring it. If you haven't liked my video yet, then please like it and subscribe to the channel. Caitlin Clark's golf debut highlighted a massive opportunity the LPGA seized and the WNBA missed. The LPGA went all out, posting about Caitlin nonstop. You saw her at this event. The noise it was making, the trending social media posts, and coverage from SportsCenter, Bleacher Report, and every major media outlet. Meanwhile, the WNBA said nothing. Their social media was buzzing with Clark content, photos, videos, everything. They treated her like the star she is. And what did the WNBA do? Nothing. Maybe they just missed it? Unlikely, as this was everywhere. The LPGA made sure of it, pairing Caitlin with Nelly Korda, their top golfer, knowing she would draw more eyeballs. It was impossible to miss unless you were actively ignoring it. They put their best golfer with Caitlin and propped up all their players in one event. They'll undoubtedly invite Caitlin to as many events as possible because they saw what this did for the sport of golf. Let's be clear, this isn't just bad marketing by the WNBA. It's a slap in the face to Clark and her fans, signaling the league doesn't value its players' success beyond basketball. Throughout the WNBA season, fans shouted about the league seemingly trying to quiet the noise around Caitlin Clark, not letting her shine, and in turn, not helping its own players. This LPGA event proved those critics right. The LPGA did everything correctly. They capitalized on the moment, put it on television, and allowed fans to be part of it. The WNBA is missing chance after chance to build excitement, bring in new fans, and show they value their players. Are they afraid to spotlight Caitlin Clark? Whatever the reason, they're risking losing fans tired of seeing stars ignored. Ignoring Clark is bad enough, but it's worse in the long term. She's part of a rising generation of talent, and if the league doesn't adapt, they'll lose future stars before they even arrive. This isn't the first time the WNBA has fumbled. It feels like they weren't ready for the moment, and this just proves readiness is possible. Let's hope they get it right next season. Now, let's talk about Paige Bueckers and Juju Watkins, the future of women's basketball. Bueckers, a UConn star, has over 1 million Instagram followers, and Watkins' following is growing rapidly. These athletes are more than players. They're influencers. If the WNBA treated them like Clark, imagine the possibilities. But if these rising stars see how the league handles players like Clark, they might wonder if this is what lies ahead. The WNBA risks losing not just these players but also fans, revenue, and growth. Great players like Paige and Juju are coming into the league. Don't fumble it with them, too. Stop fumbling the moment, because it's not just about current players. It's about every girl who dreams of playing professional basketball. Think about what the LPGA just showed. The power of embracing star players. They turned a basketball player into a golf sensation for a day. People who never watched golf tuned in. That's the kind of excitement the WNBA should be creating. Instead, they seem hesitant to let their stars shine, missing opportunities to promote players like Bueckers and Watkins. The future of women's basketball depends on star power. If the WNBA keeps passing on chances like this, they risk losing new fans and viewership. They're fumbling it for people like me, who never saw a future in professional basketball. Now, girls see a future. They see that they can make money, play on the biggest stage, and potentially thrive in the WNBA. Don't fumble it for them. This isn't just about current stars. It's about inspiring the next generation. Every time the WNBA fails to promote its stars, they send a message to young athletes. Don't bother pursuing professional basketball because we won't support you. That's how you kill a league's growth and sustainability. The WNBA needs to learn from this and start treating their stars like stars. Get excited about players like Bueckers and Watkins before they even join the league. Because if they don't, they risk falling behind in the world of women's sports. And once you fall behind, it's hard to catch up. The WNBA is at a crossroads, and their next move could make or break the future of women's basketball. Will they learn from the LPGA's success, or will they keep playing it safe and risk losing everything? The LPGA gave a masterclass in marketing. They capitalized on the moment, televised the event, and brought fans together. Caitlin was signing autographs, and it was a celebration of women's sports. Let's wrap this up. The LPGA turned a basketball star into a golf sensation overnight. That's the kind of thinking that grows women's sports. The WNBA needs to hear from fans. Tell them you want to see more of your favorite players, not less. Share highlights, tweet amazing plays, and make noise. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark. It's about every woman competing and putting in the work. They deserve the spotlight, the cheers, and leagues that will shout their names from the rooftops. Let's make sure women's sports get the attention they've earned. The ball's in our court now. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel.